everybody? Our Comic-Con 2010 stage show continues, this time with Resident Evil 5, a game that's been out for a little while now, but Capcom has something brand new in the works, and that is support for the PlayStation Move controller. I've got Matt Dahlgren from Capcom here to show us how it all works. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. So one of the cool things about Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition is that when the PlayStation Move controller releases later this year, we're going to be doing a free title update. So everyone that already owns RE5 Gold Edition, they'll be taken care of free of charge. And here I can let you see a little bit about how the control scheme works. It uses both the nav controller as well as the PlayStation Move controller.
Okay.
If you hold down the trigger on the back of the Move controller, it brings the reticle up on screen. This is how you do all your aiming. There's a new button in the middle called the Move button. It's how you fire. You shake it while you're in there. That'll allow you to reload. One of the things I really like is if you're out of aiming mode and you shake it, it uses your knife automatically, so no more having to hold down a button. Other than that, I'll let some enemies get on screen so you can see the control schemes in action.
Yeah, let's see how it works when you've got a group of zombies coming your way.
Yeah. So here, I'm gonna go collect some ammo real quick. Just shake it to use your knife. Got a little bit of time before they get too close.
Yeah, why not attack some melons while you have some spare time?
Do my knife practice. So another cool thing about these control schemes is they're all cross-compatible. So you can actually play using the PlayStation Move controller, split screen with someone using a DualShock.
Okay.
Everything works online. And it works with all the additional content for RE5 Gold Edition. Gold Edition is the ultimate version of Resident Evil 5, so it has all the downloadable content that's been released to date, including the new playable episodes, new Mercenaries Reunion mode, some new character costumes.
And so, is there, what's the reason why it doesn't work with the original version of Resident Evil 5 on PlayStation 3?
Well, when the original RE5 was being made, Move technology didn't exist, so there was no way for us to put it onto the disc. However, when we were remastering the game for Resident Evil 5 Gold Edition, R&D did know about the Move technology, so they were able to implement that onto disc.
So Matt, I imagine that you've probably played this thing like non-stop since PlayStation Move has been in development, and compare that to your experience playing it originally with a regular controller. Does it affect the pacing of the game? Can you play it like faster? Does it make it a little bit easier? How does it compare?
For me, I think it's a little bit easier because I find myself being able to aim a little bit more precisely and a little bit faster. So I actually prefer this control scheme. I feel a little bit more engaged when I actually have to aim something at the screen. And all in all, I think it works. The motion controls work really well for Resident Evil 5. Oh no.
All right, and is there, in your experience, is there a particular weapon that works best with the Move controller?
They all work very well. One of the cool things is with the shotgun, you can actually see the blast radius when you fire at enemies. That's kind of cool. Oh, I got hit on the head. That's why I have my partner.
The giant executioner will get you every time.
Yeah, totally.
That happened to me quite a lot when I was playing.
Good thing Chevron was there to help me out.
Yeah, no kidding. And how does it work with the puzzle elements in Resident Evil 5?
Everything works just the same.
Yeah.
The new Move button in the middle of the controller is pretty nice because they've remapped all the action buttons to that. So it sits right nicely underneath your thumb. It's kind of like your default button to go to. So I really like the way that they've designed the Move controller. You can really hit everything very easily with your thumb. There's actually 2 control schemes that are included. Right now I'm using the X button on the Move controller to run. If that doesn't feel natural, there's also another one that switches the running controls over to the nav controller.
Now, was it always the Do you know, was it always the intention to support the nav controller as well, or were they tinkering with the concept of just using the Move controller?
You really need the analog stick to move around, so it always was going to require something with an analog stick. The game does support the nav controller as well as the DualShock, so if you don't have the nav controller, it still works perfectly fine.
Okay.
But the analog stick is very essential for movement.
All right. Well, Matt, I appreciate your time very much. Thanks for dropping by to show us how Resident Evil 5 works with the PlayStation Move controller.
Awesome, thank you very much.
All right, so that does it for your look at Resident Evil 5 Move support. Let's go see what's going on across the aisle at the Funimation booth.